Good day, lords and ladies. Welcome back to Rimworld Medieval Far From Home. Last episode we got some stuff done. Not a lot, but some. And we have things to do. As I said previously, I am going to put Brandon over to the flintlock pistol. Because that will help him a lot. John also needs to pick up a backpack because he's overloaded, I believe, if I recall correctly. Yeah, so he's overloaded, which is not great. So we'll get that going. As soon as one becomes available, he'll go and get it. I'm also going to put some flooring down in the kitchen. Help with hygiene. We're a bit low on wood as well, so I am going to start putting out an order to harvest wood again. But we're starting to get a bit pushed for where we can actually get wood. I don't want to go too far outside the base. Get the wood there. So, my plan... Who was making this? Oh, he's transporting that. John is asleep. He'll wake up soon. He's overloaded. The problem is he's overloaded with too many musket balls. Which is not great, because I actually told him to only have 25, so... So he actually needs to have a better backpack. There's one here, I believe. Yeah. Go and grab it. Come on, go and grab it. Force equip. Then pick up 25 musket balls. At the same time, I'm pretty sure we had someone running here without... Yeah, he hasn't got any ammunition for his bow. So you need to come down here and pick up 25 crossbow bolts. You haven't got any arrows either. So you need to come down here and pick up 25 crossbow bolts. Actually, I'm going to say 30 because it means then we don't have to worry so much about ammunitions and the like. That will get built up. That's getting done. That's getting mined out. We do have Christmas coming up soon, so we do have to think about getting a Christmas tree in place. People have talked about, suggested I put an additional research bench in, which is probably a good idea, to be honest. It would definitely help with our research speed. Would mean we have to expand our research laboratory though, which is not always a great thing, especially when we're still having issues with space. I might need to build some more armor racks as well. They do take quite a chunk of wood to do. Make sure everything is collected. I'm really tempted. There's a mega sloth that's roaming around somewhere. I also need to do stuff like coming up here and just like, we can't do anything with this, so we have to break it up. Also, just destroying these steel barricades from an earlier siege to get the steel back, which would be lovely. Getting those things fixed. Just getting stuff done and put away. Solar flare doesn't affect us. Some more weapon racks means they'll take some of the light armors out, which would be good. Condiments, yeah, you can only use it in gourmet meals, which you will have to unlock further down the skill the skill path. We still have to think about this as well. I mean, we could put another research bench in here. It would take up a lot of space. We'd also have to have some more wood paper manufactured, which means we'd have to have the paper bench reinstalled, which we could do, I suppose. As always, the issue of space is always a premium for me in these situations. Yeah, we got some sandstone bricks, so at this point we've got to go structure and we're going to go wall. Sandstone has better health than just the ceramic bricks, so I am going to start telling them to start moving these over to, you see, that's 120, and this is 420. So this will help strengthen this section of the line. Yeah, solar flare has ended. Okay. I need to get... Yeah, you guys can turn off being doctors. You're currently just planting crops and handling. I may turn you over to research as well to help. My goodness, there's a lot of blood. That reminds me, I do need to clean up the home zones, because otherwise people will run out here and just spend time cleaning up blood, which is not useful to us. We've got a lot of clay bricks. I'm hoarding them for when we can actually start making proper bricks by cooking them into actual ceramic. Or baking them into actually proper technically it's not ceramic, it's fire-baked clay or fire-baked brick. Continue to gather resources. I'm actually tempted. Any prisoner, yeah, we'll get the prisoners to do it, because we have some prisoners. We have 2 prisoners really. One is just going to be doing cleaning and stuff, and you can do mining. Get that done. They're hauling that stuff out. I need to get this hole filled up. So we'll use, for the time being, we'll use ceramic because it's cheap and we have a lot of it. Quest active. You have learned of an ancient complex nearby that said to contain ancient treasures. You can be broken into to collect the loot. Be warned, that would be really good for us. But this is the thing. I want to do these things, but we just don't have the equipment because we're behind on the research, which makes me really think I do actually need to heed the suggestions of some of my viewers. And as much as I don't want to, I'm going to have to get this reinstalled, which is a pain. Because paper just takes so long to produce. It just is such a time sink. Okay, tree's done. Within 12 hours we can have Christmas. Okay. Armor rack is out. Do we actually have anybody that's running around still with primitive backpacks? You've got a primitive backpack. You've got a primitive backpack. So yeah, you go and grab an actual nice backpack. You've got a primitive backpack. You've got a primitive backpack. You're not fighting, so it doesn't count. You've got a nice backpack. You're using a primitive one as well, which is not great. This is why I want to have the like the default order going through, so I can tell everyone to standardize their equipment. It means then we'll have a lot more carrying capacity. Okay, this has been reinstalled. So make me another 6 backs as a paper. It takes time and it takes resources, which is expensive. But we'll get another research down. Get that. Okay. That guy's dead as well, so someone can go out there and collect the animal bodies, supplies. Animal transport crash. Tortoise. No, hunt it. Need to get the better butchery bench as well, so we get more meat. Because we lose a lot of meat butchering with this butcher bench that we have. We're not getting as much meat, so we're actually getting a loss of profit. Research, inspired, animal crash. No, I'm going to get... so they're both working on that. Fantastic. So that's done. Herbalism's done. So from herbalism we get, if we go back up here, we unlock we got psychoid plant, smoke leaf, heel roots, and strawberries. So not a ton, but does help us with some plans. I also noticed that there's basically a plant that allows us to get explosives, so we could start growing that. If we get fertile food going, we could already start growing heel leaf, no, heel root. So I don't know exactly what that was about. Grapes, if we wanted to make wine, we could do that. See, like we can already grow heel root, so I don't know what the other thing was. In beer, we could start making some beer, I suppose. Help with our society. It'd be very medieval as well. Yeah, unfinished paper. It just takes so long to make it. But I can't understand why you're not doing it. Probably because he's on a part of his shift when he's not doing any work. I'd love to try and tame this guy, but the tame chance is high. Even for our best person, it's a 30% chance of this thing attacking us, which is not worth it in my opinion. Yeah, I might actually need to get rid of this research spot because it's not as good. And I want them to use this one instead. So until we get a new research bench up and ready, I may just confine it to a single spot, because they're going to the thinking spot first before doing the research bench, which has bigger penalties. Yeah, like I really want to increase our sloth population, our pet sloth population, our attack sloths, but the problem is that it's high that they will backfire on us. Yeah, as you can see, our food isn't doing great. We may have to expand out our process of eclipse. Put out our process of sorry, we may have to expand the agricultural process. As it stands right now, we don't have a lot of ways we can do stuff like tilled boxes or planter boxes. It takes a lot of resource though. And it's not that effective. It's useful if you've got a lot of areas where you can't grow stuff and you want to grow particular crops. But if you want to do something like, for example, like hops, we need a big area. We could do it for the heel route, I suppose. Put down growing boxes somewhere where we're not really going to grow a lot, and put the heel route in there, which could potentially work. Like somewhere down here. Like have a bunch of planter boxes, make them out of wood, and like have a small patch down here for just growing. Because we don't need a ton, we just need enough healer to sort of really keep us going. So say something like that for the heal route. Turn this over to something that's more high yield. Like hops for making beer, or some kind of food plant, or food crop, I should say. That guy's sliced up, okay, but it's not dead yet. Okay, so they've taken those things out. Yeah, we need to fill this in. Oh, they've put bricks there. They're going down to build it. Okay. Christmas is expected. Okay, so we do need to do Christmas. Right. Let's summon everyone here for Christmas. The day of Christ's birth. Let us all go and celebrate it in the Catholic manner. Quickly, folks. Quickly. Not all of you will get the benefits if you're not here quick enough. Just in time. 93% chance that it was a boring Christmas. Okay, so that's one of the things that I find frustrating. So oh yes, it's like it's like 93% chance. How often you fail that 93% chance? It's actually quite high, and it's annoying. Get this stuff built up. And put this is basically a growing bed, like an artificial growing bed, which they did have in the medieval period. And turn them to getting this all ploughed up for the coming season. Right, my plan is to turn this to cabbages, turn this to hops, because this is used after one go, so we want something that takes a long time to grow. So probably put say cabbages in here, or something else that's slightly more high pressure yield. Okay, so we're going to put in here heel root. There we go. Heel root's going to be planted in there. In here we're going to turn this over to something that we can get a good crop out of. Let's see. What do we want? that gives us... Can we even... I want to make sure that whatever you plant, we can actually use it in the recipes. So... what can go in here? Agave fruit. Peppers can go in there. Potatoes, pumpkins. So, if you do pumpkins... takes 10 days to grow. Whew. Cabbages. Beetroot, how long does that take to grow? Yeah, let's grow beetroots in here. High fertility, grows through the winter. We've made meta weapons, which means that if we go to here, or if we actually go to one somewhere like here, not a lot of change, as you notice. Not a lot of change. Some little bits added, but here now we get stuff like knives. We should be able to make stuff like single axes, so we can start mass producing axes, simple helmets as well, which would be nice. So we can actually customize our melee infantry. Fantastic. Next thing they're doing is fertilization process. Excellent. And to be honest, then what I want to really focus on is something I've been meaning to do for a while. So where is it? Brick treatment, heat treatment for bricks. Yeah, we want to get that. We also want to get stone tiles and roads done as well. Because I want to start phasing out just the clay stuff with the brick. Once we get the brick done, that will really amp up what we can get done. Right, they want to marry our Wessel. Who's it? Wessel. He will leave until the tribe of, and he'll go to the tribe of Goa. They're already hostile to us, so yeah, no. We don't have a lot of allies, unfortunately. But such is life. Now here, what do we want to grow? I'm probably going to say hops. For making beer. It'll take a while for it to grow, but it'll be fertile soil, it'll be great, we'll be doing great. We've got some paper being made. Okay. So we'll get some beer production. We'll get a brewery started up as well. I'm probably going to make it outside. I am reluctant. This is my major phobia, is that I really don't want the bugs to spawn. Ooh, conversion. Let's just destroy that for a second. Who converted? So he converted to Christianity. Fantastic. So let's... He's being recruited. Get people doing all the jobs we don't need to get done. They're tilling the soil here for a nice... Who's starving? My animals are starving. Are all the animals starving? I'm going to have to put them in the winter area, aren't I? Okay. Yeah, put them in that. How's your food levels? You're doing fine, but the sloths need to go into the winter habitat. What skill did this take? Probably is construction by the looks of it. Yeah, time for you guys to be put to work. It's already starting to warm up and I need to get this. And we get a little mechanoid cluster coming in. Right there. Is it on a timer? Yeah. This is the thing. I really don't like these mechanoid clusters. Because now it's game over, because we can't beat them. I wish I could turn them off. Unfortunately, I don't think I can. I've had a look in the settings. Like if I had to, when I had to basically see if I could turn these off, and I don't. I think it just comes with a part of the. It comes with a part of the royalty pack, which means that these just keep happening. And I don't mind having the ones that are down here, which as long as you don't disturb them, that's not a problem. But the ones here are on a timer, so these guys are going to wake up. And they will literally kill everything, because that will pop something out. We don't have any ways of beating them. Like the problem is this: the game I'm playing doesn't work with these things. This faction is basically broken beyond belief. And I know I could say, oh, we're going to have everyone get wiped out. But that's not fun. I'd rather go down fighting humans or bugs, or if they come wandering in, it's fine. But the mech clusters are just unfairly overpowered. I know I'm making a lot of excuses, but I actually want to have fun doing this, and when a mech cluster turns up, it basically just spoils it. Because I know that I should have probably set it up which forbid mech clusters. I had a look, I couldn't see it. I think it's just an automatic thing which comes with the royalty pack. So I should have probably, if we're being honest, like completely turned off the royalty system, because we're not getting a lot out of it. If people want to say that it's cheating, if I'm cheating or whatever, you can go ahead. Or if I'm safe scumming. I don't personally think I am. It's just that I like this campaign. If we're going to go down, I'd rather we go down to something like insects spawning coming out of somewhere, or tribals attacking and breaking through a wall and stuff like that. Because these guys here are in Combat Evolved horrendous. They've got armor, which is basically they have 4mm armor on, which means that if we don't actually have weapons that pierce armor, like take for him, he's got 6 blunt resistance and slashing resistance. So if we look at his sword, for example, penetration 1.5. So we can't actually get through his armor. So that at most he'll do 1.46. So if you go back to this guy and go sharp, he will basically completely nullify our damage done to him. So the only things we actually have... Oh, we can convert it to someone. Yeah, Caro, one of our slaves, one of our serfs. So the only things that we sort of really have that have armor pen are stuff like the crossbows. I thought I gave you ammunition. Where did you... Oh, you haven't had anything. But like the crossbows who actually have, let's see. The crossbow itself won't do the damage. It will be the ammunition type. So if we go steel and we go, okay, where is it for the crossbow? Weapon, shot, crossbow, bolt. No auto flash. Damage. Armor penetration. That's not... Okay. So I can't even see what the penetration of this thing is against their armor. Which is not great. I don't know. I feel a bit bad. I don't like loading an earlier save because it feels like cheating. But at the same time, I don't like it when it drops a cluster of enemies that I pretty much can't beat into the middle of the colony. And with combat extended, unlike in vanilla, where yeah, you can take these guys out if you swarm them or whatever, you'll probably lose a few colonists and people get chopped up. In this, it's game over. They will land, and for example, these 3 guys or 4 guys here will literally wreck my entire colony, and there's nothing that I can do about it. Like, nothing at all. It is literally just game over. Which is really infuriating for me because it takes time to build this place up. And I'd rather have it go out on a really cool story element, like we have a massive raid and they break through the walls and the enemies come charging in, rather than like 2 robots walk in and literally just kill everybody. Because that's happened to me in playtests, and unless I've got like muskets or good quality like ammunition for my crossbows, like we don't stand a chance against them. I mean, look, let's look here. Let's say we take someone who's got a halberd, and we look at the halberd. We can't get through their armor in melee at all. Maybe if we get lucky, but they have such high armor that the robots have such high armor protection that it's really bad. Look, I'm happy for a raid. Want to have a raid? Fine, we'll do a raid. And we have enemies coming in from multiple areas. So let's see. Animal starvation. So we've got from multiple angles. They prepare wild and attack. So we've got people coming from here, and they've got a nice selection of melee gear and range weapons. We've got people coming from here that are coming onto the map, all carrying melee weapons. Is there anybody else? Some people up here. This is what I wanted. I want to have like a medieval scrum where people are rushing to get equipment and supplies, and we have to basically fight a siege. That is what I find interesting. I don't find the mechanoids interesting in the game. In the base game, they're a tolerable like pest at best. In the base game, they turn up and you can basically deal with them. In this, no, in Combat Extended, you need to have guns. You need to have guns, or you need to have siege equipment. At best, if I had with the musket, if you look at the musket, once again, it still doesn't tell me where the damage. Weapon, that's melee damage. Yeah, it doesn't tell me where the damage for like the musket is. But it's be like probably like the muskets and the crossbows might be able to break through their armor, but as once again, it would be very hard, and I don't like that. I find it very sort of. I find it frustrating because it means that Combat Extended isn't useful. It's like if you're not playing with guns, Combat Extended basically makes these guys broken beyond belief. Okay, so they're going to come for us. We've got 3 groups, so we've got to have any more groups turning up. Maybe there might be some more trickling in there. This 3 I'm not so worried about, because they'll probably try and go down this way and get hit by the traps. It's this group here and this group here that I need to be concerned about. So we need to basically prioritize defending this area. Unless they sort of decide to come from here, but I haven't left that gate open, unfortunately, so they won't prioritize the pathing for it. But yeah, so next episode, we're going to get attacked by a fairly big group, and we'll have to try and survive that and see if we can come out of it relatively intact. I will need to throw armor on people, especially my melee characters, in case we have a breach and we need to get in with the hand-to-hand. And try and survive another siege. Well, not a siege, but this is more like a raid rather than a siege. They're not bringing stuff to attack us. I also need to remember to come up here and dismantle this stuff, which would be useful to our cause. I've been Cornish-Knight. This has been Rimworld Medieval, and I shall see you all again next time. Goodbye, folks.